Okay, hello everybody. We're gonna make my version of chicken pot pie without the pot. So in other words, you know them little aluminum tinfoil things? I don't have any of them, so we're gonna do it a different way. Okay, now here is chicken, white and dark, onions, carrots, celery, peas, parsley, garlic, and roux. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow about roux. All right. Now, I know I kind of fast forwarded on this. Here is all that stuff. Now, what you do is this. You cook the chicken 3/4 of the way done on the stove. Don't brown it. All right. Then throw in all the vegetables, except for the peas. All right. Then add in some stock, chicken stock, or water with chicken bouillon, and let it simmer until the carrots are done. Once the carrots are done, then you know everything is done. Okay, then add the peas and let it simmer for a little bit longer, and then add your roux to make it thick. That's what I was showing you in the frying pan, was the the chicken boiled with the carrots and the roux and all that, and it was all done. Now what I did was I put that in the refrigerator overnight. So I got it cold. So it's no longer runny right now. It's cold. Okay, here is 2 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of salt. This is the easiest pie dough you can ever make, believe me. And it works every single time. So you have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 sticks of butter. Well, I used 1 stick of butter, 1 stick of margarine, and then 8 ounces of cream cheese. Now, I know this sounds crazy. There's no water, there's nothing else. There's only those 4 ingredients: flour, salt, butter, and cream cheese. Okay, now the butter has to be ice cold. Very cold on the butter and the margarine. You want to chop that up into little pieces like I did there. Little small, little chunks. Okay, and then the cream cheese you can just add in small, small blobs like that. All right, so put everything in the mixer. 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 stick of butter, 1 stick of margarine, and 8 ounces of cream cheese. That's it. That's all you do. This is really going to be your favorite pie dough once you make this. I'm telling you, it is so easy. There's no guessing if you need more water or if you need more flour or if you need this or that. Forget it. All right, so here it goes. You can do this by hand too if you want. You know, if you don't have a machine like this, you can do it by hand. Just kind of cut the cream cheese in. Cut, with 2 knives, cut them in, or a pastry cutter. Cut all the cream cheese in, and then mix the flour and the butter and stuff together. And it's 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's nothing to it. All right. Now you put this in the mixer until it starts to stick together. That's going to depend on how cold the butter is and how, warm the flour is. It's going to depend on temperature. Okay, but this doesn't take long at all. It only takes maybe, I don't know, maybe a minute. All right, there it goes. See, now if you were making regular pie dough, right now you would be starting to add water, but if you add too much, then you need flour. If you don't add enough, then it's falling apart. This way, 1 stick of margarine, 1 stick of butter, 8 ounces of cream cheese, and 2 cups of flour with 1 teaspoon of salt, and it's ready. It's nice and flaky. Oh, this is really the way to go with pie dough. I can't believe it took me so long to discover this recipe. Took a long time. All right, now I'm just trying to get the stuff off of the paddle. Okay, there we go. Plop that out. All right. Now you want to form it and, you know, squeeze it together, and then you can do whatever you want. If you want to make pie dough for apple pie, not a big deal. Just take off a top and a bottom. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can easily get 2 pies out of this. 2 full pies, the bottoms and the tops. Yeah, I think that's what it was. 2 pies, big ones, 10-inch. All right, so now for these, I'm going to use small, whatchamacallits, you know, small blobs. Oh boy. They're actually a little too small. I need a piece and a half, as you'll see as I start going here. I need a piece and a half to make one pie, to make one, whatchamacallit, to make one pot pie. Okay, I rolled one, but I didn't like the way I rolled it. So the rest of them I rolled differently, which you're about to see. Alright, a little bit of flour. Now I'm going to add another half a piece of one to that one. Okay, and you want to kind of keep it in a rectangle shape. You know, if you have those little tinfoil things, the little tiny pie doughs, you know, the pie pan, if you have those, hey, that's great. Use them. I didn't have them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make freestanding things. Well, you'll see. You'll see. All right, anyway, I try to keep them triangular. Now I also have a egg wash with egg yolk and some milk. All right, now there's the pie. There's the pot pie itself, the filling. Now, like I said, it's all together because it's cold. It's that's why I made it the day before and cooled it off so that I could put it in these. Okay, now watch. Now I'm just going to fold one over. Fold that one over. They're going to stick together because of the glue. And then fold the ends. All right. Okay, now I'm going to poke some holes in the top so that the stuff, when it boils, it doesn't make the pie dough burst. All right, now some egg wash on top. And there you go. It's ready to go in the oven. Now, what I did was I put tin foil. I put them like in a little tin foil cup, just so that the sides wouldn't burst. I'll show you. There's one coming up. Oh boy. I hope I don't end up rolling all of these things. It looks like I did. All right. Well, what I did was, I didn't want to put this in the film. I wanted to cut this out, you know, because if you've seen one of them, you've seen them all. But what I did was I ended up with 5 extra. I had 6. I ate one, and then I ended up with 5 extra. So what I did was I put them on a cookie sheet, and I put them in the freezer. Now tomorrow, they're not covered or anything. They're just in the freezer. Now tomorrow, I'm going to take them out of the freezer and shrink wrap them, you know, with the food saver thing. See, if you have soft food, you can't really shrink wrap it. You can't do the food saver thing because it'll just smash it all up. Well, if you freeze it, yeah, then you can shrink wrap it. Yes, works very nice. So that's what I'll do tomorrow. I'll shrink wrap the rest, all the extras, and then, you know, anytime I want a pot pie, I just take them out of the freezer. All right. Okay, now at the end here, the one that I ate, I'm going to show you. I put it into a kind of a you know, I made a thing there to hold it all together out of tinfoil. Oh, also I cooked it in the toaster oven, so I didn't I didn't have to heat up the whole house with the oven. They cooked very nicely in the toaster oven. I put them in at 350 for about 30 minutes, and then I brought them down to about 3 1/4 for about 15 minutes. And they cooked perfect. Okay, now here's the one that I'm gonna wrap in the foil and show you. I didn't show you guys, you know, how to do the chicken because I figured everybody knows how to, you know, how to cook the chicken in the pan. Just don't let anything brown, that's all. You don't want to brown it. And if it browns, so what? You know, you're just going to get a different flavor. Okay, now there's the end product. The tin foil, I put it in and then I kind of rolled it up along the sides. Some of it did escape, yes. But, you know, that's what happens when you don't have the little pie pans. But hey, let me tell you, it made no difference on the quality. And this thing was good as can be. There you go. It looks a little messy, but hey, it's the way to go, man. That pie dough is so nice. That pie dough is where it's at. Oh, and I suppose somebody's going to say something about the pan being all burnt up. Hey, that pan is 15 years old. That thing has been with that toaster oven since I bought it 15 years ago. All right, look, you won't find this anyplace else around town, not like this anyway. But I got to tell you, this stuff's great. Go try it, and I'll see you later. I got to go. I got to eat.